on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN Spring Specials here, $59. You get everything VSiN has to offer from now to the end of July. Adam Burke's daily best bets in Major League Baseball, Von Tobel, the NBA Finals, Andy McNeil, Stanley Cup playoffs. If you want the full experience, you get daily best bet emails. It's every pick from every guest and host, every edition of Point Spread Weekly, which is a must-have. The live video stream whenever you want it, $59 to subscribe through July 31st, vsin.com/spring. Let's go.
Great moments in history have begun with a question.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
And what kind of hair product does Mitch Moss use? But Follow the Money wants to know.
Do you concur? Concur with them. What, sir? Do you concur?
Here we go, Pauly. This segment's taking off like wildfire. The Stanley Cup playoffs are the most entertaining in all of sports. Do you concur?
No. NFL playoffs, NHL number 2.
Oh, boy.
Yep, NFL playoffs were so good the past few years. I like that we've had Chaka as well. But every game that landed 3 last year, it was great. And not just to be a prisoner of the moment, because this year, the first round didn't go well, and the scoring was out of control. This first round didn't deliver. But,
I would go, but I'm talking about generally over the years speaking.
I would take the NFL playoffs.
You would? I have the NFL third.
Really?
I go NHL 1, very close ahead of baseball. The baseball playoffs can just be so dramatic, entertaining to watch. Nothing like a 3-3 game and you got to go to the bullpen with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning. What are you going to do? How do you get out of it? And that leads me to my next question. A 2-1 game in hockey is more entertaining than 9-6. Do you concur? You got to ponder.
That depends.
Ooh, I got to tell you.
I love those Gretzky teams and the Lemieux teams with the Penguins. But I can enjoy both equally, I guess.
Okay.
It depends what's going on. You can have an exciting 1-0 game. It depends about chances, power plays, all that other business.
Sure. Like to me, and the example was 2 nights ago, the Rangers-Hurricane game was way more entertaining than the 9-6 Calgary-Edmonton game.
I loved Game 1, Colorado-St. Louis. I didn't like Game 2. That was a bizarre game. I don't know what Colorado didn't generate much offense. I mean, with the shots on goals and chances, they didn't get going until late in the second period. Then they got the quick one in the third. That was just a weird game.
Are the Blues live now? This is not a do you concur. I'm not saying that they are.
I think they have a chance, yeah. Okay. I bet over 5.5 games. So far, so good. Again, we're on a bad run here. This happened to a friend of ours at a book down the street. This is now, 3-4 times in the span of a couple weeks? This is an epidemic. Too much. Sports books that move numbers on customers who are at the window without taking a bet should be heavily fined and sanctioned. And if it happens again, significant fines and a large amount of money. Do you concur?
1,000%. There's no debate.
Should be illegal.
Of course it should be illegal. You come up to the counter, by the way,
right,
to say, what are the odds on this, whatever, bet X. They tell you the odds, and then you say, okay, I want to put this much money on it. They say, no, sorry, we'll take this much, and then they move the number on you. Now you want to bet it again?
No. The Salinas story with the NFL draft, that's one thing with the draft where you think the guy has information. But the Salinas stuff was so egregious because they actually printed the tickets. And then the ID check, and then, okay, now you can have it for this. You already have the tickets.
Of course you do.
What are you doing?
Need them back, sir.
But the guy wanted Hader for $500 for the Cy Young, and they said, oh, hold on. They move it on him significantly and then say you can only have it for $100.
Right.
And then at this price, which has been slashed big time.
Oh, yeah, basically in half.
They didn't even take a wager on it. That's no way to book either. That's ridiculous. I'm giving you, like Salinas said,
right.
I'm giving you information.
Right.
You're using my information against me.
Of all the things, I'll use this state as the example, right? Because we live here, and Nevada Gaming cracks down on so much, and they don't allow books to do certain things. When that happens here, like it did yesterday, how does Nevada Gaming not get involved? How? Does somebody have to alert them to this? Does the bettor have to go to Nevada Gaming and say, here's my problem, here's what happened, how is this legal? How did the book get away with this?
Right. It's not like it's been done for the first time.
Yeah.
They're doing it for the first time.
Yep.
That's standing operating procedure.
A Yankees-Angels ALCS and a Mets-Dodgers NLCS would be the absolute nuts. Do you concur?
Yes.
Both teams, New York and LA.
I like Mike Palm, but I think he's all wet on this. I don't understand this Ohtani stuff, the negativity.
Oh, he's very bitter against Ohtani. I don't understand it either.
For the guy to have 40 home runs, Marsh was protecting him in the lineup last year. It was historic what he did. And he won 12, 13 games, too, last year to do that. But what he can – that's the other thing with Trout. I mean, if that's the best player in baseball, he can never make the playoffs, and most people can't pick him out of a police line.
Exactly right.
That's on baseball, too, about marketing and promotion. But he's got to do his part, too, stay healthy and make the playoffs, and it's been a long time. But I'm with you on that as well. But Dodgers, Mets, and then if you can get Yankees, Angels, you need the star power. Big markets.
I think that would be great.
That's the knock against baseball. Regional sport, right? I only pay attention to my team. I don't care what's going on. And then again, it's for years. If it wasn't Cubs, Red Sox, or Yankees, the ratings in the toilet.
Sure.
If it were playoff games.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not saying that just because we're talking about the two biggest markets in the entire country. I'm saying it because of the star power, right? If you could go,
star power.
If you go Cole, and who knows about Cortez and how this whole season is going to play out with Judge and Stanton and maybe Rizzo against Trout, Ohtani, others for the Angels, and then flip it on the National League side as well if they get healthy and DeGrom's back, same with Scherzer. I mean, come on. Against the Dodgers?
I'm a big roast guy. I think you are as well. The level of excitement, do you concur? Sky high for the roast of Tom Brady. It's a roast. All gloves are off. You can fire away at the guy.
This is on Comedy Central?
I think that's what is it?
Or Netflix?
Netflix, one of them?
Yeah. I do think that they've gone a little over the top. They've gotten to be a little over the top over the years. But yes, I always have been a huge fan of roasts. And by the way, I think Tom will sit there and take it. So I think Tom will actually tell the comedians.
Well, you don't have a chance.
You bring the heat. He's going to say, look, anything goes here. You can say whatever you want. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, Tom, he can be Saban. Again, I can go scoreboard. I got 7 rings.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Yeah. Netflix, greatest roast of all time. He'll be on that. Whatever
Okay.
it'll be called. But that's also where if you get the right people in there, and at times it can be uncomfortable because it's like, who can outdo the other guy with saying outlandish things?
Sure.
And some of these guys, they even said it. We've interviewed many of them, these comedians. There's no such thing as too soon with some of these guys.
Right. On that note, HBO debuts a documentary on the late, great comedian George Carlin today. It's called American Dream. This is definitely must-watch TV. Do you concur?
I think he's top 5 all time. Yes, my dad loved him. The watching the specials for years. I think he was brilliant.
He was.
He got a little.
Well, I can tell the story.
Yeah, I don't know what happened at the end there.
Because
I was just mad at that world, but
he was a.
But that's what made him great, though. Too, he was pissy and just coming in and spitting fire for an hour.
Yeah, but he turned into almost a caricature of himself. I mean, in the trailer for the documentary, Bill Burr said in the 80s we went to go see him because we were going to make fun of this old guy, and then he totally changed who he was. I went to go see him when he played out here in Las Vegas around 2004. I had to do it, right? He was one of the guys. I always loved George Carlin. I had, at the time, all of his HBO specials on tape, on VHS. So I finally made it to one of his shows out here, and he was just an old curmudgeon. I'm like, I had to see this version of the guy. I'm like,
he's telling the audience, "I hate your city."
He's playing like the entire summer. He's at the Hollywood Theater at the MGM. He leaves the show by saying, "Thanks for showing up tonight. Hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Next time inside a real theater, inside of a real city." And he got booed. I'm like, what? You're making half your living here. He didn't care. Again, another guy. At this point in my life, I can do whatever I want. Say, I don't care. I hate Las Vegas. Doesn't matter.
Have you ever asked for your money back? At a concert, at anything like that event?
Only a theater, because we went to go see one of the Bourne movies, and like the last 10 minutes, it went silent.
Really?
The volume didn't work.
Oh, come on.
The last 10 minutes, volume just cut out. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sit through it for 2 hours, all of a sudden, wait, what happened? They can't fix it. So that was an easy one, though. Gave them. That's the only time I think.
I saw Bobby Bacala and Uncle June. And it was billed, this is when the height of Sopranos.
Oh, boy.
And it was billed as an evening with Bacala and Steve Sharippa and Dominic, I forget the last name, but Uncle June. A night, he comes out and he does stand-up for 5 minutes. Then he brings out Uncle Junior, and he played for like an hour. He played music. It would totally people
misleading.
were like, this is, what is this? People couldn't believe, people getting up to leave.
And you asked for your money back?
Got that. I got a picture, though, at the end. I mean, it was there worth it for the picture.
Okay.
I thought that was a long time ago. But that was totally
You were going there expecting something completely different, the way it was billed.
Yes.
Yeah.
An evening with those two. Bacala just does the stand-up and then walks off the stage, and then he brings him in. He's playing music and singing the whole time.
That would suck.
I couldn't believe
see
it.
that one coming.
Everyone's looking around like, oh, my God.
You want him to tell a story.
Yes.
Give me something from
that's
the
the
show.
last thing you expected, that the guy would just sing Old Man.
Up next, a look back at last night's playoff action, along with updated series prices, Game 3 numbers, and my goodness, how the series price has now changed between these two teams.